I've tried to think of how to start this one off, and honestly, I'm kinda speechless. Sauron vs. Lich King is the most pleasantly surprised by an episode I've been in so long. I knew it would likely be good, but I never expected this of all episodes would become one of my favourites of the season. I also never expected it to be Nem's overall favourite of the season, which by the way you should go check out his review because he's much more knowledgeable on Middle-earth and high fantasy as a genre than I am. Before this episode I knew these characters off their design, name and series alone. Nothing more than that. Because of that, I'll be using this episode as my guide for how to pronounce the names of certain stuff in these series if it comes up. So before anyone complains at how I pronounce Sauron, just know that I was very tempted to commit to the bit of calling him Sauron for the entire review, so it could be worse. Alright then, starting with the analysis. Yeah, it was pretty good. Comedically, it's not one of my favourites, but with a match like this, I wasn't expecting it to be. Most of the jokes didn't get much of a reaction out of me, but they weren't so much painfully bad as they were just kind of there. And it's not like they had nothing going for them there. Arthur's rundown had a couple lines I thought were pretty funny, like making fun of his name, and Boomstick complaining about people bringing their inexperienced friends into raid boss lobbies. I'm pretty sure Chad is a veteran World of Warcraft player, so that one felt like it came from a place of personal experience. Oh wait, actually no, he's talking about his experience with a game he likes, so actually it's just an ad and it's also cringe and unfunny. Take the fat L, Boomstick. My favourite joke in the episode though might be the Sauron cutaway. I thought it was going to go in the aggressively predictable direction of Boomstick puts on the one ring and then turns out he has resistance to mind manipulation or whatever, but I actually love that it tempts him with food and he's so stupid that he just eats it. That was a fun subversion and probably my favourite cutaway gag of the season. Arthas also had a cutaway in his analysis. Anyway, the comedy clearly isn't the draw for a fight like this. Instead of it being super funny, they instead managed to make the analysis feel really grand as they talk about the characters with presences as strong as these two, really aided by some excellent music and editing. Do I understand everything they were talking about? I'd be lying if I said a lot of the lore and stuff didn't go over my head, but I still enjoyed getting to learn about these characters, and their stories are interwoven basically perfectly with their powers and versus applicable stuff. And I guess it's going to continue to be fun relearning what I didn't retain on each rewatch. You know what I did retain though? Everything in the fight, because my god, this is something else. I think this might be the greatest looking 3D fight in death battle history. Closest I can think of otherwise is Ganon vs Dracula with how that one uses lighting and such. Even Harley vs Jinx, which was excellent in its own right, doesn't quite match how great this one looks. Admittedly, the Lich King model is a little lower poly than Sauron's model, and also him being just as tall and much bulkier makes Sauron look a little scrawny, and there are a few shots where the posing for the attacks could have been improved with either longer wind-ups or more leg movement, but like, that's it, that's all my issues. Not with exclusively the visuals, I mean with everything. Onto the good stuff now, which is everything else. This feels like one of the most cinematic death battles ever made. My takeaway from media in general, let alone just death battle, is hardly ever, damn, that was some nice cinematography, but this one really stands out in that department. I barely know anything about what makes for good shot composition, but even I know that the use of framing to make the characters seem larger or more imposing, and their use of colour theory to show Sauron challenging Arthur's control over his kingdom is fantastic here. There are a lot of great tracking shots, wide shots, close-ups and so on, all aiding the cinematic feel of the episode, and I think it's amazing. That's not the only way the visuals pop here though. Billy and Luis absolutely popped off with the post-viz work on this animation. The background is stunning and every single effect is immaculate. Some real standouts to me are the spiritual minions they both use, the big fire tornado at the end, and the entire sequence with both mimicking each other as the Eye of Sauron brings out his own Lich King clone thing, and Arthas brings out his own giant eye. What I was really hoping for though in this fight was for both characters to have the kind of overwhelming presence their designs make it look like they should have. Basically Apocalypse times 2. And they pull it off exceptionally well. They both get to have the physical presence they need to with their raw strength, though I also love other details like how technically Sauron's first appearance in the animation is his shadow growing over Arthas. I don't know how to explain it, but that feels right for a character like Sauron, who I'm told is less about being a villain who poses a physical threat, and more about the ominous presence that represents fear itself. Both characters are incredibly slow in combat for the most part, but for a match like this, that's exactly why it works so well. Designs like these moving as fast as something like Jack vs Afro or Black Adam vs Apocalypse would not feel right. Instead, they put more focus on the power behind the swings, which isn't always sold by the poses like I said, but the sound design picks up the slack in every single one of those cases. I mean, the sound design is so good they managed to make shots like Sauron taking a step and sitting down have so much weight behind them. The fight also gets appropriately high in scale. These are not characters that, to my knowledge at least, should be going around causing absurd amounts of collateral damage, so as long as their attacks were weighty enough, they don't really need to be blowing anything up. But when Arthas creates a blizzard, Sauron goes and blows up a mountain to counter it, and then we get that awesome I see you bit followed by one of my favourite shots. See, at the start the environment is blue since it's an ice kingdom and it's the Lich King's domain, but when Sauron blows up that mountain and the fight is now fully picked up, you get to see the orange from the explosion contesting the blue in the sky, and it looks incredible. Then later on, after Arthas has died and Sauron's fully taken over, the background is all harsh oranges and reds to show that the kingdom is now fully under Sauron's control as the fires of Mordor rain down. On top of that, the characters are able to be just as imposing with their words. They're both very blunt towards each other in their efforts to be intimidating. Sauron doesn't threaten Arthas with "give me your throne or else." He just walks up and says for a fact that Arthas' kingdom is now his. Everything afterwards, he's still just stating facts in an intimidating way, letting Arthas know how he initially plans to kill him, and telling him his sneak attack failed before he even tries it. Arthas, on the other hand, is very direct with telling Sauron he's full of shit. Sauron claims he'll take what is his. Arthas tells him that all he'll find in the north is death. Sauron says he'll take out Arthas' heart. Arthas brags about how he'll find nothing there, which is arguably the coolest dialogue exchange of the season. Sauron mentions the prophecy. Arthas dismisses it as nothing but lies. He even gets his own blunt "this is what's going to happen" line when he tells Sauron that he now serves him. The dialogue in this fight ranges from pretty cool at worst to some of the best in the series. It's so well written, and thanks to that I think I can call this my favourite script that Lousie's written for the show. A step up from his already great Heracles vs Wukong earlier this year, and even last year's Poe vs Iron Fist. Every single line is sold by some top tier voice acting. I love how Lich King is the one with the fierce fiery anger, while Sauron's the one that comes across as more cold and calculating. That's a fun contrast between the characters. Philip Sacramento comes back for his 4th appearance on the show. He stole the show with all 3 of his roles last season regardless of overall episode quality, and Lich King is pretty easily my favourite role of his other than Yoda. He gets across the character's anger and arrogance perfectly, as well as his unflappable confidence in the face of everything Sauron says and does up until the end. And Sauron is the debut role for Ryan Solis on the show, who does just as well as Sacramento. The quieter but still slimy and evil tone is conveyed perfectly, as is his own unflappable confidence in his ability to win. I love that the characters get to stay on top of their game until the very end, neither of them being shaken by the other until Arthas knows that he's on death's door. Before that, the closest either of them got was just realising the other was a threat and deciding to take things up a notch. And it makes the first and only line where the Lich King seems genuinely afraid so much more impactful. The death that follows it is pretty good too. A lot of people seem confused by it, but I think I got the gist of what was meant to be happening. After Sauron smashes Frostmourne in a raw as hell shot with the eye having even more presence than before, he lifts Arthas up and removes his soul as his limp body falls to the ground. It does seem more fitting for Sauron to win via killing Arthas spiritually rather than just physically. Though it's possible I've misinterpreted the scene, so if I have, just let me know in the comments, I guess. What else even is there to say? They use a whole lot of powers in the fight, though I don't have anything to add for how effectively any of it was used. I just think it all looks cool. Alright, the music. One King to Rule Them All is one of my favourite instrumental tracks. This is everything Kings of Infinity should have been. Intense and dramatic while still carrying a high level of energy, on top of adding to the cinematic feel of the episodes. I think it's telling when I've gone out of my way to re-listen to an instrumental track repeatedly for the first time in probably over a year by this point. And then the conclusion is solid. For one, selling me on this being an extremely close match, but still showing Sauron as slightly superior. I like Boomstick's end pun as well, but I kinda wish he didn't keep going after the first bit. God damn, this episode was phenomenal. Pretty easy, 9 out of 10. Is what I would have said if I was releasing these reviews 3 days after the episode dropped like I used to. Because the more I think about the episode, the more I like it. The more I realise how insignificant the flaws are next to how amazing the good stuff is. The more I feel like giving it anything less than a 10 wouldn't be doing it justice. So yeah, 10 out of 10, one of my new favourite episodes of all time. I really didn't expect it from this matchup, with characters I was only interested to learn about and didn't have any personal connection to. I guess that makes it this season's Dio vs Alucard. And next time is Deku vs Asta. SpongeBob continues to be relevant to Death Battle even a month after he was on it with the pistachio ice cream scene. For the last year I have seen plenty of people crying about, "Oh, Deku vs Gon is inevitable. I suppose we have to make peace with Gon getting annihilated in a bad matchup. If only they were likely to use one of Deku's ults like Asta." Then they did Deku vs Asta and now everyone is crying because it isn't Gon. Damn, I can't believe the community threw a temper tantrum after getting exactly what they asked for. That's crazy. After the Randy vs Kool-Aid Man incident from last year, I don't know why I expected anything different. I don't much care for the match myself, but it made my friend Huntsman happy, so sure, why not? I'm sure the episode will be good. Alright, reaction highlights time. So thanks for watching. Like I said, go check out Nem's review, which is somehow even more positive than this one. And yeah, that's it. See you in the next one.
You're recording our shitty reaction to the fucking
to the movie. The movie
Oh, it's
Sauron
already
is
recording
delicious.
now. It's recording now.
Yeah. Death Battle fucking took from this guy, this YouTuber, this fellow YouTuber.
Imagine a Death Battle channel this long at the end of each episode.
I mean, longer videos do better. So I think if Death Battle had 15-minute trailers, then you know.
Woo! Oh shit! It blends seamlessly. It's seamless.
I hate him. I hate him so much. This looks like a terrible movie.
Ribbit, just because it constantly changes art style doesn't mean it can't work.
This just looks like they're just building up for the whole film. Like they're just like walking
That's the
towards
entire
each
movie.
other.
Like they'll like be about to fight.
They don't actually fight in the movie.
Yeah. The film ends with them
The
about
swords
to
are about to
fight.
clash and it just cuts to black.
Oh, I like that. Oh no!
No, he's getting in there. He's getting down and dirty. That Lich. No, that's Sauron. I mean, of course.
He's getting down and dirty. Oh, better stay away.
Oh
like
shit!
a
Wait,
meth head.
who just
Did he die?
Yeah, Lich
Yeah,
King.
whose head was that?
That's Lich King.
We just got our fucking winner. Winner is Sauron.
The winner
Look at the trailer.
is
Look how the trailer
Sauron.
is this.
That's why Sauron's gonna win. The Foxtrot Ghost must be fucking stoked right now.
That was 5 years ago.
We're trying to watch anything that could be related to Lich King versus Sauron, and I chose this.
Akuma versus Shao Kahn.
Why?
But they're big meanies. The big meanie bosses.
Max, can I have the remote?
You know what, Ribbit? Just for you, my friend, you can have the control.
Stop saying just for
Well,
you.
big mean boss battle.
I tried.
Guys, are you not seeing how fucking fire this is?
Oh, he's
Dude,
on
dude,
fire.
Magneto,
Fine
DBX.
time
Who
of
the fuck
day.
did Magneto fight DBX? Mewtwo or something? I forgot.
Darth Vader.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, mate, that's so fucking raw. That's so fucking raw.
You can see the concern on his face. A human being went and drew that.
Okay, and now.
Alright guys, Sauron versus Lich King.
It's all up to you now, Ribbit.
It's Sauron versus Lich King a clock.
Yeah! Alright, Sauron's gonna take it
Let's
home.
get in, Sauron.
It's Lich King time.
I am sticking with my initial prediction that it will end in violent gay sex.
Alright.
If that's only
no
going to
fucking
happen if Sauron offers the Lich King the One Ring.
Fingers
I don't know
crossed.
what has happened.
I hope Sauron wins, but like I'm not like too bothered.
I've listened to the track a good few times now. It goes unreasonably hard. Like Jesus
Hell yeah!
Christ.
Lord of the Rings has one of the best soundtracks in film history, from what I hear. So that's
Ah, there it is.
It is like the most intense sounding one of the season.
Hell yeah.
Take that as
The
a good
Lord
sign.
of the Rings fights the Scourge of the Undead.
We could have watched all of Shredder vs. Silver Samurai.
Yeah,
and decided
we
to-
could have.
Hell,
We could have. I guess like the demand on the Rooster Teeth website for Sauron versus the Lich King is just that high.
Actual first. Holy shit, I don't want to check this.
Wait, Max, you didn't give that comment a cheeky little like.
Yeah, you should have given it a like, Max.
Yeah, give it a cheeky
Actual
little like.
They just
got
do
it.
not want us to
Oh,
see Sauron versus the Lich King.
Yeah, what the
You'll
fuck?
never
They-
guess I can
Oh
do
wait,
this!
Rooster Teeth isn't working. I checked.
Oh,
Ah.
Oh no!
no!
Max, while we wait, can you scroll down and respond with fake first?
I can't now.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh,
Here we go.
It's here. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh,
I'm still getting flashbacks to when people were like, "Oh, the Lich King." I was like, "What? Adventure Time?" No, it's World of Warcraft.
It's a fucking Lich!
I'm still just so surprised that
that's the face of a winner.
No, it's a face of a
That's
fucking bull-faced loser.
There he is.
Come on,
It's
Sauron.
losing?
Come on, Sauron. Oh, you have a face. No. Ah, no. Okay, Sauron better win.
Lich King might be kind of a hottie.
Oh, I recognize that shot from the goated trailer, with him pointing his sword forward.
Yeah, the real trailer.
Yeah, the terrific trailer.
it is absurd to me that Lich King does not have the worst performing preview of the season. He outdid John Wick and Harley Quinn. How does that even happen?
Wick?
I thought John Wick was the reason that James Bond versus John Wick did so well.
Yeah.
Honestly,
No, Bond and Wick got like the exact same amount of views on the previews. Maybe like
Ah.
1 or 2,000 difference.
I like that they're using the artwork. That's cool.
Rakenbass better be shown.
Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
this loser.
Yeah, he might.
Lich King.
Fuck off, Butter.
Damn,
At
he's
least
old.
54,900.
Holy shit, he's almost as old as Ducko. Fuck.
God damn.
A little
Don't be
bit
ridiculous.
away.
Nobody's
give him
almost as
another
old as
50
Ducko.
years. Give him another
Yeah.
50 years and he might match Ducko.
Holy
Nobody
shit.
is almost as old as Ducko.
Oh, look,
What's
he
this-
can become hot too.
What's this rancid PS2 game?
This looks like a fucking Final Fantasy VII OVA.
It could end with him thinking he chopped off Sauron's hand, but it's an
Really,
illusion.
the legend. Love that guy.
The Lich will fall.
Lich King is gonna win, Max. You are literally wrong.
He might.
Winner is...
Apparently pretty close.
Yeah, I have no idea who's gonna win.
Yeah.
There is no consensus.
I'm believing in the death battle formula. It's gonna be a Lich King W.
Why 19?
But he
That's
only
such a
has
fucking
one.
weird number.
Yeah, what
'Cause he
the
has one
dude?
more.
Fucking
Why not?
yeah,
I
you
could've-
asshole.
Go all the way.
Yeah.
He has the
You
one more.
it can't be an odd number like 19. It has to be like either 18 or 20.
Find it funny if he had to wear all 19 rings on his hands.
Oh god, that's so epic! That's so epic!
Did he actually say that? I missed
Oh
it.
god,
Oh,
that's
dude,
so
you see
epic!
that? You see that? He's only nearly indestructible. He's not completely indestructible.
Okay, well look, we can't always be fucking perfect.
He's not a completely indestructible like my boy the Lich King.
Oh, I can't see you. He's like pretty destructible. Didn't
you
you
were
see
saying,
the
like,
end
the
of the
Lich
trailer
King.
where his fucking helmet clanked on the ground?
Mash, you need to stop being the funniest person here.
Okay, I'll stop.
No, I can be funny.
Is that
Oh my
God?
god. Yeah,
This
that's
is
what
God.
I'm-
It is literally God. Butter, I can't believe you're getting involved in Lord of the Rings now.
Oh yeah. This is why
Oh
no
yeah,
Sauron.
yeah, yeah, you know me.
Even against the wrath of God.
This is why
Oh,
no
come on, my
Sauron
boy
loses.
Sauron. Kid,
Yes.
No, he probably has done a lot of bad stuff. Maybe I shouldn't be calling him my boy.
No, he's the boy. I told you that fucking happened. I told you.
Oh no!
The peeny ass sword cut it off.
Sauron's even looking at Boots.
I didn't call him boobstick.
Oh my god. No, I didn't see that one coming, fair enough.
Yeah, so a good cutaway. Fair enough.
You got me. You got me.
Okay.
Immortality, body regeneration, longevity, spirit form.
Nice.
Man, shut the
You see,
fuck
he put me in the
up.
most draft- I don't-
Unimpressed.
I have no idea how he, Larry. I have no idea how he's gonna handle the weather manipulation. Like, what's he gonna do when he summons a rainstorm?
Yeah, if he brings in the rain, Lich King's just gonna kind of die.
Yeah, Lich
Yeah,
King's-
I'm sorry.
Lich King
I'm
hates
sorry.
people.
Like, I'm gonna have to switch sides. I think it's a Sauron dub now.
Oh, I'm staying true. Death Battle Formula 1 failed me.
I'm not gonna lie,
Red at
Sauron,
hypersonic
yeah, Sauron's eye looks so fucking cool.
Yeah.
That
What's
does.
that
Okay,
with his
I'll
head?
give him that. I'll give him that.
I'd be surprised if they only got up to hypersonic speeds.
And if a guy has a sword and cuts off his finger, he's screwed for a while.
A fucking shit ton of walking.
Oh.
Like an ungodly amount of walking.
That was
I
good.
like
That was a very good ending.
I
Wow.
love hearing about that
Now,
shit.
now, here's what we're really here for.
Now here's where I
Look
kind
at
of
this shit.
space out
Look at
horribly.
this shit.
Look at the mic! We're
No
5
video game,
seconds
leave it
in.
alone.
The
I have
control.
World of Warcraft, you can believe
Look
it.
at him.
Yeah, but we can scale everyone to Lich King.
Oh,
can
see,
scale to
a
everyone.
block of ice kept him frozen. What a bitch.
Oh my god, yeah.
The winner
I'm
is
sorry,
Sauron.
but I didn't see any ice manipulation on Sauron.
Yeah, Sauron. Like, it's just weak to ice.
The fight is taking place, Larry. The fight is
like,
taking
if
place in an ice place.
Yeah.
If he's weak to ice, like Sauron is fire, that means he's just gonna make Lich King stronger.
Exactly.
not
That's what
that
I'm saying.
I keep expecting South Park footage.
Why?
Because the World of Warcraft episode.
Yeah.
I interned at Blizzard in
9 years old.
2017. That explains a lot, actually.
But something tells
He's
me the
evil, right?
experience is gonna come
Yeah.
into play.
Yeah, there we go. There. All makes sense.
He's only 29! He's only 29!
Oh, so Sauron definitely has that experience. He has that experience advantage, definitely.
Wait, hold on. Is the Lich King younger than Ducko?
Yeah. Well, King's younger than
Oh my god.
Biff, everyone's younger than Deku.
Yeah, true.
Oh shit,
Even
zombies.
Sauron was younger than Deku.
These designs are so boring.
I'm so
You're
tired of hearing
boring.
about this guy. I want to hear about my boy the Lich King.
Literally, the
Yeah,
only
I
Warcraft
can't
design that looks
lie.
cool to me is the Lich King. Lich King's the only good Warcraft design to me.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some good ones,
Well,
but the
her-
ones that I've seen here are just kind of humans in armor and not very cool looking armor either.
Yeah, I tend to not really click as much with like medieval era designs.
Look at that! Look at that! It's him failing again. What are you
Very
talking about,
funny.
Boomstick?
Excuse me.
Boomstick
maybe I
just
should've
going
been
on a
paying attention to
senile
him.
ramble.
Oh, he has resistance to magic. Oh, it's game over.
Oh fucking no!
I see
Egg-
nothing there about
egg-
resistance to weather manipulation.
Egg the fat L, Sauron.
No,
But is he resistant to getting his stupid head cut off?
This came down to what was more likely:
it's all
Sauron's finger getting cut off,
getting his
or the
hand
Lich
cut
King's
off.
head.
Jesus Christ, Ollie.
I think losing your hand is way more important.
Finger, not hand. If the hand comes off, then it's all good.
Ribbit, semantics.
Oh my god, this guy's a badass.
Well, yeah, I like him.
The great warlock.
He's a
Batman.
waifu. That green guy was a total waifu.
Yeah, bad.
Can you cut that out? Can you cut that out?
That'd be like the
No, that's
first
going
set.
in. That's going in.
I didn't even hear it. What?
No,
Nothing.
Oh,
Oh,
Lich King has weather manipulation as well. Oh shit.
Hey,
He's also got it.
L, Sauron.
He can summon ghouls. I like that's gonna help.
Oh, mate. What is?
I'm sorry,
What is
Max,
Sauron gonna
but
do
if
against
he
the
can also
ghouls?
manipulate the weather, then Sauron's got nothing.
He better do all of these or it's missed potential.
Yeah.
I know.
Yep.
Summon Ice Sphere. What a fucking idiot. That's his weakness. We've already established.
Literally, Lich King is the only one here who looks cool. What the fuck?
Considered the most powerful Lich King, so there are multiple. So that means Sauron has to fight multiple Lich Kings. Lich King could possess him. Let's go.
If he won't be tempted by the ring of power.
I think they both would be tempted by each other's power.
I mean,
It's-
they actually just swap worlds. There's like Lich King comes to Sauron.
Swapping
And
worlds.
Sauron! Sauron! Sauron!
Come on, Sauron.
Sauron!
Battle, that's
Oh,
That's
Sauron,
Lich
please
King's line.
win.
Show me that.
This
the
teaser,
battle
like, actually
formula
looks
is
really cool,
invoking
man.
it.
Oh, yeah,
It does. It looks real nice. I love this shot of like the shadow going up
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
casting over the Lich King. So
You walking up to the throne? Oh, you just sealed your fate, buddy.
Oh yeah.
I think he's lost already.
Yeah, it's over.
We got this, Larry.
That's cool. That's cool voice.
Wait,
Yeah,
Larry,
right.
didn't Bowser start his episode on a throne?
Hmm.
No,
No.
no,
Pretty sure he did.
no, he
So,
didn't.
if I can keep track of who's who,
No,
I'm
Oh,
no,
gonna-
again?
that's
I'm
like
gonna
ghoul
do it.
summoning.
To
That's
be
like
fair,
ghoul
again.
summoning.
Useless
Oh.
ghouls.
No,
No.
Oh,
Oh
Threw a
shit.
fucking snowball.
This is a
Oh.
battle of ice and fire.
Oh,
oh shit. He's got a
Bear!
fucking wolf on his face.
Sorry for that laugh. That was a little mean. I'm sorry.
No, it was a bear. It's fine.
That was a wolf, I think.
Yeah, that was a
I-
wolf,
I-
right?
I thought it was a bear.
Oh no.
Alright, let's go,
Sauron.
Lich King.
manipulating the weather. I think it's
I wouldn't
over,
say that
Max.
to the guy with the ring of power. I wouldn't say that.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Oh,
Damn.
God.
Dang.
Go, Sauron.
Ooh, hey.
Huh, huh.
That is just
Oh, Sauron.
Oh, I love
I
that.
like
The
it.
contrast with like fire and ice. That's dope.
Yeah.
No, no.
Oh,
Oh,
did
no!
that sound what?
Oh, his blood is back.
He bled.
Oh,
Sauron,
shit.
you fucking
on,
bitch!
come
You
on,
put your sword up
Sauron,
again.
no.
Nice.
Sauron.
Nice.
I have no
around.
clue
Get
what's
up.
going on right now.
Yeah, but it looks pretty.
Oh, shit.
Is the yo?
Oh,
There's a
oh,
video.
shit.
Okay.
Shit! Oh,
This is
that's fucking
nice.
dope.
This looks so
Yo,
good.
that goes hard.
Holy
Sauron's
crap.
fucking.
Is he bringing out another
carrying
Lich?
it. Hey.
Oh my
Oh.
god, they duplicated one another. Oh my
No
god,
context.
that's
Okay.
amazing.
This looks so good. The effects on this are
Pretty good.
amazing.
Whoever blinks first loses.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Oh,
Oh, come on,
no,
Sauron.
Watch out.
Lich King!
Huh?
Lich King, no!
oh, is he gonna sit on his throne as he kills him?
if he sat on the throne, that means he'll win.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yo.
fucking cool.
Oh.
Yeah!
That was
Sit on that throne, you earned it,
Yo.
buddy. Hell yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's my Sauron.
The death battle formula. No.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he won.
Sorry,
yeah.
Larry.
I'm
It's just
glad.
not in the cards this time.
I can't believe every character Max has rooted for has won this season. I think it might be a
I'm
prophet.
kind of a prophet.
Yeah.
Like Sauron.
Yeah, I can't even be upset Lich King
Oh, that's
lost.
true.
I
That
love
Playground
that.
Depth. Yeah,
That was so cool.
That was visually amazing.
That
That's
was one of the best
looking
3D fights of the
episodes
season.
I love that shot of him just a giant eye staring at the Lich King. That
That was like one of the
great.
most visually gorgeous episodes of the season. Absolutely, that was
Experience,
That's
yeah.
the series,
beautiful.
just in general.
Yeah. Oh my god, the shot with the Lich King staring down Sauron's
Yeah,
giant
yeah.
eye. Ah, so good.
Oh,
I'll be honest. All my favorite parts in this fight have to do with Sauron.
Not only did I like how he sat on the throne, I like how the steam started
Yeah,
flying
yeah,
past
yeah.
because it was ice.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
great.
I can see this being a favorite for the season for a lot of people, and I'm happy for that. at
Thank you,
least.
stranger. Lich King, you bitch. Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
fucking called it! Sauron experience!
oh wow.
Oh.
Oh my god, fuck off, fuck off.
Wow, I love.
Yeah,
let's go.
Sauron! I'm
Yeah,
happy.
Sauron.
Okay, here we go,
Brilliant
guys.
episode, what the fuck?
Awesome.
That was
All right,
really,
next time. Here we
really
go.
good.
What's next
Last
time?
Next
fight
time,
for the finale.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh,
Fuck off!
oh,
Fuck
This is
off!
gone.
Fuck
gone.
off!
Oh, oh,
Oh, hey!
What?
Oh,
This
yay!
episode. This
Good on you,
episode.
good on you, Huntsman. Good on you.
I see.
Let's
I see.
fucking go! Oh,
Yeah,